Hi everyone, in this video we'll be learning about how to import from Figma into Framer, and we will also be adding some interactive components such as videos, buttons, inputs and much more into our UI designs in Framer. Alright, so to begin with Framer, we first need to create something over on Figma, Sketch, Adobe XD, whichever tool you like. In this case, I'm using Figma because it's easy to transfer directly to Framer. Here, as you can see, I've created a project named e-commerce, and there's this page called page 1, which is just a random page. I will be giving a link to this entire project file so you can just cut, copy, paste. For now, I've created two screens, a sign-in screen and an e-commerce home screen. Once we've done this, we want to shift everything to Framer to start designing and prototyping. First thing that I need to do is click on this page number here. Under there is this plus icon. If I click on add new page, it gives me a new page. So now I just need to rename this to something easier to remember. So I'll just say export. That's as simple as that. So anything inside this page will be ready to export to Framer. I'll just copy the sign in as well as the home screen. It's as simple as that. And copy it over to export to Framer. Now, of course, you don't need to edit anything right here. We can always do that later on in Framer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open another tab in my browser and I'm going to say Framer. All this is happening inside your web browser. So no software needs to be downloaded. Inside Framer, I have this new project. I'll just click on new project and I will go forth, click on drafts and I'll say create. All right then. So if you're familiar with other design tools, this will be easier to grasp. So now we need to bring in the designs from Figma. All I need to do is click on this little import button right here, which allows me to import directly from Sketch or Figma. In this case, I'll click Figma. And of course, I need to authenticate for security reasons. Once I have authenticated and allowed access, I can directly import from Figma, paste Figma project URL, and I just go back, click on this share button right here in Figma, copy link, that's it. And you need to copy this link right here. Once that is done, it will load up here and it will load up my various pages. In this case, I want to click on export to Framer page. And I want to import all the screens from there. At the bottom, you can see how much percentage is complete. Once that is done, you'll see the pages identical to what you had in Figma. So nothing has been changed. The names, the layers, everything remains the same. Now, these are merely just wireframes. I need to convert them into high fidelity user interfaces. With Framer, it is very easy to do that. So what I'll do, rather than deleting everything here, I will just duplicate it by clicking on the artboard and saying Command D or Control D. That will basically duplicate the screen. I'll do that with home screen as well. Now in the first screen, I need to add some assets. That is where default components come into. So if I click on Insert, I will get a window just like this. So in this case, we have something called default components. And under default components, we have various components that we can import. First of all, we need a submit button. If I go to the top, there's something called a button. I'll just click on that and say insert. See, a button has been imported and it's already a component. It was that easy to create a component. Of course, I will then replace it with this login button. I'll just delete this login button from its position and I'll replace it with this Hello Framer button right here. I can of course edit this as I like, and with Framer, everything adjusts automatically in this case. I can also of course increase or decrease the height according to my needs. If we want proper input fields that we can work and prototype with, we need to do the same default component again. In this case, there is a default component called input, and I can always insert it and it inserts automatically right here. So I'm using the wireframe as a blueprint, and I'm just replacing everything here with the default components. Of course, how do we differentiate between the ID and the password? Very easy. We can change the properties from the right. Of course, I can change the placeholder from the right here. So instead of writing type something, I can say type password. And in this place, in the first case, I can always say type email or enter email. In this case, in Framer, we can actually differentiate between different input fields. So in this case, I want type password field to be an actual password field. So in the right, in the properties window right here, if I just scroll down, I will find something called password, and I need to click on this to activate it. Now this input field will be treated as a password field. So in this case, the input will be ... rather than normal text. In case there is email, if I go down, there is an option of keyboard, which we can change to an email-based keyboard. So when we are prototyping, you will see an actual keyboard and you will see the @ symbol on the top to enter your email. I absolutely love how production ready everything becomes when you're working with Framer. So in this case, we want a video of sorts to play inside this blue area right here to allow the user to see what we do as an e-commerce business. So inside insert, I will go again and I'll say default components. And then under default components, I have 2 or 3 options. In one case, I can always import a GIF, which keeps on looping again and again. But just for this tutorial, if I scroll way down, I will see an option called video. I click on this and then I say insert. Again, it has now inserted a dummy video here, which I can replace later on. Now, replacing a video is very easy. If I click on this video element right here, I go to the right properties menu and I go to this URL source. I can change the URL at any point of time. I can also upload something. So if you have a video stored on your computer or on the cloud, you can always upload it directly. Now for video, I prefer something like pexels.com because it's royalty free and it is completely free. I'm going to type in something like clothing. And of course, we get various video of clothing, fashion, etc., etc. I think this slow motion video is perfect for what we want here. And I'm going to quickly say free download. Once I've done that, I can go back to Framer and just say upload right here in the source and choose a file. As you can see, the video has been downloaded. This is what we needed. I'll click on this and I'll say open. At the bottom, it will show you how much of the video has been uploaded. Once that is done, on the right, you will see the name of the video that you have uploaded, and you can also choose whether you want the poster or you just want the system to pick up an image like this. For now, we'll just set the poster to no. I'm going to leave everything here to the default. Now that we've placed everything in order in the sign-in page, we will quickly go ahead and see this in action by clicking on the preview button right here. Again, nothing here has been stylized, so don't worry about the style yet. And as you can see, if I just increase the size, the video plays very well as there is an email tag here. So if I type in something like, I'm just going to enter my email right here, punitchavla@email.com. That's just a random email. And I'm going to say, type the password. So if I type in any password, it will show as a symbol like this, as you see on an actual password field. And also if I click on Hello Framer, it will have this little interaction like this. That's the power of default components. So that was it for episode number 1. Episode number 2 will have all the styling components, everything that you need to create an actual custom user interface right here. I'll see you in the next episode.